What is this unnamed military tool in a museum? It is similar to a big wooden spoon with an end that claps a small bell when struck down. The collection has items from the Civil War and both World Wars, and image search showed nothing relevant. Here's the description that accompanies the thing in the military collection. This unnamed article belongs to Post No. 9 American Legion. We do not know what it was used for, but it is designed to make a ringing noise when used to hit the table. I've hit my end of research capabilities, so please help me figure out what this is. It's an antique Masonic fraternal initiation paddle spanker, a novelty prank device from the late 1800s to early 1900s used in fraternal lodge initiation ceremonies. It was designed to strike, or pretend to strike, a candidate during initiation. A blank bullet shell was placed in the middle where there is a metal clip. Candidates were often blindfolded and told they were undergoing a test, then surprised with harmless shocks, noises, or a symbolic spanking. You get to tell the museum about something they just threw in a display case. What is this thing made of brass, with retractable spikes in the cavity, found in Sweden? The only marking is the patent engraving. It's most likely old, and I have no idea about its background or origin. The inner diameter is 15 millimeters, the depth is about 22 millimeters, and the age is probably 100 plus years. However, I am just guessing based on picking this thing up from an antique shop. Can anyone give me information as to its use? It's a cigar punch. Here's a similar device in a design patent from 1930. Back in the 80s and earlier, the norm was what we would nowadays consider thin, around 15 millimeters. The preference in ring gauge has been creeping upwards by the decade. Nowadays, the interest seems to be trending towards 24 millimeters. What is this steel spike with gilt decoration and initialed SHF? It's been on my desk for years and may have been in a collection of antique militaria. Around 18.5 centimeters long, 48 grams, and steel throughout, but 5 centimeters from the tip, there is a small piece of brass inset. I think it is a part of some sort of weapon. I just discovered after doing some digging that SHF are the initials of Simon Helvig and Fils, an Alsace armorer of the 19th century. This thing has been driving me mad for years. Thanks in advance for the help. It's the tang of a small sword that's been cut down for some reason from the early to mid-19th century. This started its life as a blade for a small sword, which was then ground down into this piece. You can see all 3 bevels of the blade, and the decorative gilding is on what would be the ricasso of a blade. The brass on the tang is likely just that the piece broke and has been repaired by brazing at some point. What is this metal contraption with a fuel tank on the bottom, found in an abandoned building? It seems to have been red at one time, very rusty, and nothing seems to move anymore. I thought it was a camp stove, but it lacks a place to set a kettle on top. What would something like this be used for? It's called a plumber's furnace. It was patented on April 27, 1915 by Charles R. Lambert for the Clayton and Lambert Manufacturing Company of Detroit, Michigan. The opening was for the irons with handles to be inserted and pulled out when heated, and the top was for a melting pot to heat up the liquid solder. My grandfather gave this to me, and I have no idea what it is. I think it's some sort of light, but for what? There are no stamps or any markings on it that I can see. Thanks for your reply. It's a vintage incandescent projector light bulb, specifically designed for use in movie or slide projectors from the mid-20th century. These bulbs often featured tightly coiled or specially arranged tungsten filaments designed to maximize brightness in a small area. Can someone please tell me what device this man is using and explain what the device is doing? I'm writing a paper on the 1933 Chicago World's Fair, and I want to use this image in my paper. The problem, it's hard to explain the image when I do not know what the device is and what it is doing. I know that the man is a physicist named W.A. Glusing. Any help would be greatly appreciated. It's a Tesla coil. You can see the few heavy turns of the conductor that comprise the primary winding at the bottom. It's a high-frequency, air-cored resonant transformer designed by Nikola Tesla in 1891 to produce high-voltage, low-current, alternating current electricity. It uses a transformer to boost a lower voltage into incredibly high voltages, causing electricity to travel through the air. What is this leather and brass hook? Possibly a military piece. I'm not sure what it is. About 6 inches overall. I'm guessing it's a saddle accessory, and from the Civil War era. Does anyone have any idea what this is, or where it is from? It's a US Indian Wars era bayonet frog, from the 1870s to the 1890s. It was designed to hold the socket bayonet scabbard for the Springfield trapdoor rifle. The bayonet is inserted through the leather slot when not in use and hung from a soldier's belt, ensuring the bayonet hangs comfortably. My girlfriend's dad bought this. It looks like it could be needles, but really, I have no idea. The text looks like it could be Chinese, but I'm not an expert in those languages. They do look medical. Wound cauterizing comes to mind, but these are a bit small. Anyways, I appreciate any help. It is a set of the 9 classical acupuncture needles, known in Chinese medicine as the 9 needles. It was historically used in ancient Chinese medicine for various therapeutic purposes, ranging from superficial needling to deeper drainage. These are marketed as collectible art, educational displays, or teaching tools rather than functional medical instruments for modern use. What is this thing I found in the forest while picking up trash? It's made of plastic, with 2 round holes, and is approximately 4 by 2.5 inches. Could anyone help me identify it? It's the remains of a Metallica cassette tape. Though it may be busted and covered in dirt, it is part of a huge step in technology. It was invented by Lou Ottens and his team at the Dutch company Philips, and the compact cassette was introduced in August 1963. From 1983 to 1991, the cassette tape was the most popular audio format for new music sales in the United States. A friend of mine just brought this to my house after buying it at an antique store. The rear is blank, and there are 2 bits that slide from each side, but not much. I'm in Australia if it makes a difference. If anyone has a clue about what it is, that would be greatly helpful. Please tell us down in the comments. Thanks for watching. Let's make life fun.